All right, it's late November '61, and we'll start off in Virginia, which is, well, in particular Alexandria, which is a pretty unusual situation. As I mentioned the last time, the two Confederate armies and then another force came into Alexandria, but there was no battle, possibly because of delayed commitment. Um, and we do control 100% of military control. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to send the two divisions that were in DC to join McDowell's force, and that'll give him a full complement. I'm also going to send now Hamilton with two additional divisions who will also join here in Alexandria on day 2. Tyler's now formed a division with an engineer unit and will join DC, and we'll begin to form a bit more of a division there in DC next time. But we don't actually have a huge amount of forces in DC. Fortunately, the locked units did appear this turn, so we do have all of them. We have a couple of cavalry regiments, sharpshooter unit, and then some militia units, as well as a fair amount of artillery. Stone's brigade will attempt to push out the Confederate cavalry here in Montgomery. In Mobile, Alabama, we're going to join forces here with General Marr and Milroy's force. That'll give us 4 divisions. Albert Sidney Johnson's army is somewhere, which I don't know. That'll leave 1 division that is recovering here in Mobile, Alabama. In addition, we'll be bringing over 6 more regiments and then a few cannon of fort batteries. I'm going to send up the Briggs to appear to impede traffic, attempt to cut off the railroad, and try to get a bit more visibility. Missouri's has turned into a complete mess. Lyons will basically retreat, have to meet up with a supply wagon. Shelby has retreated from Lexington and will attempt to take it back. Our 2 other divisions, our cavalry division and infantry division, will come over to Jefferson City. Shelby's somewhere, possibly here now in Springfield. I think that's probably the most likely. Scenario. We are back in control of Leavenworth. I formed up the remaining units of Carson's divisions, and you can see here they are, and they're going to attempt to make it back to Santa Fe. We do have a militia unit here that is now attempting to take back the town and to have this artillery unit join. Further, I'll send another general that's currently in Tucson out to give some command points. Meanwhile, we'll gather more forces here in Tucson, including the California column. I'll quickly point out that I did have 1 division move forward up the peninsula, and so unfortunately I can't really do much more because that sort of exposes us. But clearly, the vast majority of the Confederate forces are up here, other than, of course, what's in Missouri and Albert Sidney Johnson's force, which is somewhere in the Confederate hinterland, which is currently unknown. Nothing's happened in Kentucky. We are forming some more forces here, and we now have pretty close to 2 divisions. Once we get this brigade online, the next turn, will be good, and then we have a partial division here. Excuse me. All right, so here is where the moment of truth comes. So let's double check. We have the 2 divisions going to McDowell. We have the other 2 divisions on the way. All right, let's run the turn and see what happens. All right, there was an absolute massive battle here in Alexandria. We still control the town, which is kind of interesting. Here is the Army of Northern Virginia, which is currently retreating, and we did have 2 other divisions arrive, which they did not partake in any battles. So let me bring up the battle screen itself. There's actually only 1 battle, and it was a big loss for us. We did lose. We lost 5 national morale. Pretty heavy losses. 9th Division, 10th Division, 13th Division, 11th Division. So it looks like 2 divisions were just completely destroyed. So we do have Hamilton that's arrived, and they are digging in, and we do have 2 divisions that are weak, but are in pretty, at least casualty wise, they haven't taken huge casualties. So the thing to do probably is to join the force up with Hamilton, and now we have a decent size force. Again, let's see if there's yeah, these guys are pretty much wiped out, so it probably makes sense just to take them out. So this is what our force now looks like. So we have 4 divisions, although one is very weak. And here is the Confederate force. So Beauregard's army is still in pretty good shape. We still control the town. The Confederates do have 52% of the military control, though. I don't think we really have anything in. Yeah, we don't really have enough in Washington to send that would actually help. So there's that. I'm glad I didn't move forward, because I would have run into a battle here with Johnston. So here's Johnston with the 2 divisions, and I don't know if it wouldn't let us go up there, but yeah. So there's Johnston with 2 divisions, and here are our 4. The other battle that's put us into quite a bit of a tricky situation is General Lyon lost. General Lyon lost out here. And let me bring up the battle. Yeah, actually, the Confederates took more losses, but we lost the battle. So fortunately, it looks like weather's not that bad, so we might be able to move on. But yeah, so here's General Shelby, and then of course here is McCulloch and Hinman's division. So it might make sense to actually move forward and see if they leave Springfield then to be able to threaten Springfield. The other thing that's kind of surprising is nothing actually happened. Nothing actually happened out here. So here's Van Doren's force. We are now completely out of supply, though. However, there is a supply wagon here, so if Carson can. Oh, actually, let's see. Yeah, why not? So if Carson can make it back, we might be okay. Definitely, yeah, things are not going super well. For the Union, I think that's pretty clear. So Grant's force is pretty much back at full strength, which is good. Still nothing happened in Kentucky, so we did lose 5 national morale in the battle. So I think another thing to think about now is, like, one is what to do with the force here. You can see it's like we just have mud, basically, basically everywhere. So it's a very, 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 very muddy, area. Johnston does only have 2 divisions here, so possibly we would be able to defeat that, and they haven't started to dig in. Yet, so that's good. Let's see. Yeah. I don't really think anything else happened. I think that's probably enough action for one turn. I guess we did move back into Montgomery, so that's excuse me. That's good. Yeah, there are all of these forces, but don't really. Unfortunately, we can't join them with a division because they're locked. So that's not really it's not really super helpful. All right, let's see if there are any other really important messages. Oh yeah, so here's Manfield's division is gone, as you can see, and there was the loss. Okay, so we have some forces finished, which is good. We really need to rail whatever we have to DC. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens this next turn if we're able to hold them off. We do have a good amount of artillery. Definitely no shortage of supplies. That's that's for certain. I'm gonna go back and look at the battle one more time because I want to see how much. So they have 171 cannons. So we both do have a lot of. We both definitely have a lot of artillery. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. Next term could be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do in Alexandria, and I'm hoping General Lyon is able to sneak away. That would be definitely be good. Okay,